Hello, Rod. Good to see you again. Today I'm going to talk about adventure motorcycle clothing strategies. And now that we're getting into July here in Montana, we have a wide range of temperatures from, we can see triple digits all the way down to high 20s, maybe low 30s freezing area. So I'm going to show and talk about my warm weather adventure riding kit. And it is definitely geared a little more towards dress for the ride, not the slide. Having some comfort is important. Man, I could just lay down and take a nap. It's that kind of summer day. Alright, so we'll start at the feet. So they're not a high dollar boot, but these are my Thor. I think they're an enduro boot. Definitely don't give me as much protection as a true full hardcore motocross boot. And they're not waterproof. That could be a deal breaker for you. I don't know. My theory was when they get full of water, they'll dry out quicker than a waterproof boot. Underneath, I've got some Alpine Star Bionic Plasma knee pads. And then I'm wearing my Climb Jackson pants. They're more of an enduro design pants. I like them because they have belt loops. They're not going to give you any kind of abrasion protection like a textile pants, but very comfortable. Thighs vents, and then vents on the back. No pockets in the rear, but it's got belt loops, so if you're one of them that likes to pack a knife or a pew-pew on your belt, these pants give you that option. And traditionally I've not been a backpack fan, but I'm trending that way this year for a couple reasons. It is the Knack Pack, and I've got the 3-liter hydration bladder in it. I like it because it's not a giant backpack, but I can put some of my basic necessities, especially for like a day ride. I can pack some snacks and my water and first aid kit or something. But it's got nice pockets on the front, and they're big enough I can keep my satellite safety link Zolio. And for my upper body, I've got a couple different, this is an MSR jersey. I'll probably take 2 of these with me on the Montana BDR in 2 weeks. For my upper body armor, this is the Thor. I think it's Sentry or Stealth or something. Again, I'll put details. And it's a zip-in shirt, so you just unzip it like a jacket with a side zipper. They did that to keep just a one-piece chest kit. I'll put the specs on this. I believe it's a mix of CE1 and 2. It's kind of a fine mesh, so it does flow some air. It is a little warm-ish, but so what I'm going to do for rain protection with this set is kind of some lightweight stuff. So if I get an unexpected rain shower, I've got my Usui lightweight jacket. It's pretty decent. Just if you order one, go up a size for sure. My pants, I run Frog Togs, and unfortunately I've been packing these for a while. What I like, these I've always been able, I can slide my boots on through the legs while putting them on. I'm a vest guy, so this is an REI down vest. I caught it when they had a sale. I like it because it doesn't weigh nothing and it packs down to nothing. And if I still need a little more warmth, I hate to say it, I'm becoming a fan of Climb gear. The materials seem to be great. A little bit of stuff I have is well made, and they're truly American cut. My dad always said if you have a tool you're proud of, you build a shed over it. And Climb does that for us. They factor that in. But that's my warm weather riding kit. Just layered. Under my pants I do take some, I've got some thermals that I really like. They're by Smith & Rogue. They are a wool bamboo blend. Oh, and they are soft and they breathe and they're great. I'll put links to that as well. The helmet I'll be sporting this year, I went with the Climb Krios Pro. This is carbon fiber. I got it on sale. It's not the latest and greatest model. And so far I love this auto tinting. It's just like it's the perfect shade when you're looking out. Now, this pin lock in the visor, if you're on the fence about a pin lock, don't, just do it. Just the other day I was riding, went to go fishing, got into some gnarly rain, and I had zero fog. It was great. Well, I'm starting to roast now because, you know, it's almost 80 degrees. It's not asphalt rated by any means. I know, like you, I'm like all of you. I can't afford dropping thousands and thousands of dollars on new gear and jackets. And you don't have to start with that. I brought one of my first jackets. My first riding jackets, and I've been riding street for years, but my first jackets, they were either a fleece or a Carhartt. About 4 years ago, I bought one of these. This is Blitz. I bought this for street riding. It's a full mesh, and I think it's at least CE level 1 pads in it. I don't know if the back pad's rated. This is called the Axial, which I don't think they make it anymore. Good. I think I gave $120 for it brand new. So let's look at a textile jacket. This is my Tour Master. Now this follows an older clothing philosophy. It's not so much a tailored, controlled, layered system like I'm doing with my newer stuff. Again, I don't think they have any abrasion resistance or abrasion ratings, but it's a zip-in kit. So I've got a zip-in insulation liner in the Tour Master, and then you can unzip it and pull it out. You don't want to walk around town with that thermal. It is but ugly, but that's beside the point. And then it has a waterproof membrane. So, and then you unzip it here, and then you unbutton it from the cuffs, and then you pull it out. The theory's sound, but it sucks. I find I either just leave it in and deal with the heat and the reduced airflow of the waterproof liner. And with this outer shell, when it's waterlogged, it's heavy. Just FYI, something to think about. Versus a jacket that's Gore-Tex. I think Gore-Tex is king. I know there's some people, oh no, it's poison, and yeah, it probably is. But if you're looking for a budget jacket and pants, these are pretty hard to beat in their price range. A lot of times I'll pull the insulation out of it, the thermal liner, but I rarely take the rain jacket out because it's such a pain to put back in. Now on the pants, I did their Tour Master, but a different model. These are the Ridgecrest pants. And I went with them because they have these large mesh air panels in the thighs. And they also have a waterproof, windproof. Same kind of thing, it zips in, you gotta unbutton the legs and pull them in and out, and kind of just a pain in the ass. So you end up, at least I always found, I end up not taking them out, and then I run a little hotter body temp. Then it turns into an emergency because here comes a thunderstorm. Right now you got to pull over, take these off, put them on, put them back on. So I mean, if you can afford to go up a notch, definitely look into it if you can. Hence why I'm going to more enduro type pants. Now, if you're that guy that needs the best of the best, or that guy that's looking for that bomb-proof expedition quality gear that's going to last you years and years and years, well, I'm not the guy that has to have the best of the best, but I do like something that I can abuse and will hold up. So I bought the Climb. This is the Badlands Pro. This thing really is expedition rated, man. Lots of vents. And this jacket, what I like about it, it fits my style a little better as far as being modular on my clothing. So I can layer under this whatever I need. It's Gore-Tex waterproof. I believe it's AA abrasion resistance. That's ceramic buttons in there. Them old dots, that's ceramic. So for me, riding the BDR, I definitely want a little higher level of comfort, because unless I know that we have a big storm. If we have a storm coming in, that will change my game plan without a doubt. But if it's a typical July week, normally that time of July we're starting to get warm in Montana. I can't tell you what to buy for motorcycle clothing. It's personal, and everybody's different. We all have little different needs and different priorities. I know a lot of people, I have a lot of friends that they want the maximum protection, and I get that. I think that's very, very smart. But where I'm going to be spending multiple days on gravel roads and BDR trails, I don't think I want that heavy gear overheating my body constantly. So hence, I think this will be my warm weather gear. So if you could do me a huge favor, hit that thumbs up and hit that subscription button. You'll get more videos on gear and motorcycle camping and camping in general. And if you'd click the links down below through my Amazon affiliate links, I would greatly appreciate it, because any dollar I make through there just helps me to reinvest back into more product to demonstrate and bring to you and tell you if it's good or not good.